fucking important.
Killing it. We're killing it.
Good start.
I know what I'm doing. I am a person who's been on this show for 20 episodes now. I know what the fuck I'm doing.
You start by recording. First, you say, "Don't at me," and then you start recording. You drop that mic.
Drop the mic, walk away.
Just like
Then shout back your point.
Yeah. Okay.
So long, good Bowser.
All right.
you're gay, Bowser.
5, 4. I'm sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Here we go. So they're here today, playing music for you. If you know the game, you can take a guess too. Put your hands together
Oh my God.
for a round of applause, cause it's Game That Tune time. Let's make some noise. GTT. Game That Tune. It's your boy John H. He's here to start. He's got a lot of tattoos and a whole lot of heart. He knows his music, always picks good singles. He's the mastermind behind the free play jingles. He's rapping, freestyling,
Oh my
we
God.
love him lots. He's the host with the most, and he's calling the shots. GTT, Game That Tune.
This is the best goddamn thing.
Game That Tune is here.
Oh my God.
He's a fresh young face, and he's here for you. You know his name is David W. We kick him off the show. We're not trying to be mean. He's bringing the love for the indie scene. He's real soft-spoken, and he's never rude with a meme and a laugh. He's one cool dude. GTT. Game That Tune. He has no style, doesn't know how to act, but at least John R knows his Sonic facts. He says he's a worst, that's what he insists, but no one knows more about the Genesis. He's got the soundboard, he's paying his dues, and he never ever misses a sound effect. Q. GTT.
Holy fuck.
Is here. He's back again, cause we're missing him. You know him and you love him, it's Jesse M. He's taking a break, not calling it quits. He's bringing the music from the RPG hits. He's a funny guy, he's got comedy, and he really, really hates geology. GTT. Game That Tune. Finally, he's here for you. David F. is the last of the GTT crew. His audio setup, it kinda lacks, but he's ready to rock with those Kid Icarus tracks. He has no sound, his connection is slow, but he's still the king of the show. Let's take it to the soundboard.
Game 1.
We got Tim Allen, Mariochi, Tim Curry in space, Darth Vader, Star Fox, and Akuma in your face. The music we play, it's as hot as tempura, with Bert Kondo, Talrico, and Shimomura.
Oh my God.
Okay, 1, that's the best way to end anything ever is with a gunshot or explosion or whatever that. That was great. 2,
Exploding mic drop.
did you say I have no style? God damn it.
Bro, it's how it goes.
Me? Soft spoken?
That was the greatest. I'm done. We can just quit the episode. Like, fuck
That's
everything
the
else.
show. Good night.
Wow. Welcome
That
to
was-
Game That Tune, everybody. Holy shit, that was the best thing that's ever been made. That might be the new intro. I thought that maybe it was just going to be like a Nintendo 64 special. That might be the intro forever and ever. My God. Oh man. Hey, if you're just joining us on Game That Tune, you probably have no idea what that intro is about. But what we do is we're going to listen to some video game music, guess the games based on the songs, goof off, have a lot of fun, do the DK rap a few more times. And winner at the end of the night gets to play a bonus tune and pick the music for the next game. God, I'm doing this all out of order. I'm all discombobulated on account of that rap.
I'm terribly sorry, John. I just have to make a brief correction because that wasn't the DK rap. That was the GTT rap.
Yeah.
You're fucking right, it was.
Wait, guys, did I hear it once more from the top?
Second verse, same as the first.
We just play that for 2 hours, end episode.
And I will give a shout out already to the chat. Dell, says the GTT rap is still better than the ukulele rap. You're goddamn right, it is. Oh man!
I just want to take a brief moment to sort of brag about myself for actually managing to find a rhyme for Shimamura.
You had to really work on that. I was wondering
Yeah.
if you kind of backed your way into that or what. Like that was fancy footwork, man. Shit. So yeah, fuck, man. That ate up all our intro time. This is Game That Tune episode 64. There was only one logical theme, no matter who won last week's show. We're all pretty damn excited. None of us more excited than our off the board guest, that kid whose name I don't know. He's over there unwrapping a present. Yeah. It's episode 64. We're doing all Nintendo 64 games. Fucking yeah, man. We don't even need to introduce ourselves anymore. The rap does it now.
Yeah.
We've arrived, guys. We have a rap that, just doesn't make it necessary for us to tell anybody who we are. So, Johnny, I say we jump into it Nintendo 64 style and hit game one.
Game 1.
Everybody seemed to figure that out pretty quick.
Man, yeah, I've never heard that song go on that long. I usually
I
punch my
didn't
way out.
realize there was that much to that song.
Damn, that's why I thought it would be tricky. Nobody hears it that long.
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the trivia.
Yeah. Johnny, please.
All right, let's see here. This game's trivia.
Tell me. Denying our fans, John.
Yeah.
What it could be.
Man, John, that was a pretty tricky way to start the show. No trivia or anything.
No, this is hard mode.
Come on.
Although
just,
Dry.
I am very cross with you, and I will explain why after you reveal what the game is.
So,
Yeah, for the love of God, reveal what the game is.
so let's a go.
Let's go, guys. All right, it is a hat trick for Super Mario 64.
Yes, it is.
The points are on the board before I finish saying the name of the game.
No, I got something for all of us getting it right too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, John, this
Yeah.
is Game That Tune.
Uh-huh.
We play 3 songs from a game.
Yes.
So you had the option to play 3 songs from Super Mario 64
Yes.
and did not use Bob on Battlefield, The Road to Bowser, or Dire Dire Docks. What the
Yeah.
hell, man?
In hindsight, I should have just, I was thinking like, okay,
Yes.
well, the prom plant music will be a little bit tricky because like you usually hear that for like 2 notes tops before you just like punch out that piranha plant. I was like, okay.
Like I've never let that go on long enough. Like I usually just dive bomb that motherfucking piranha plant. It goes back to the music. Like
Exactly. And
nobody's
then
ever heard that song for that long.
exactly. It's like, okay, that might be tricky. And then the boss music was like, well, usually the boss fights go really quick, so maybe they don't know it.
No, not tricky.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and then that actually my favorite tune is that cave theme. That is actually my favorite song from the game.
It's a nice theme. It does have some nice like cave ambiance. It brings back a little of the old Mario theme in there.
Exactly.
It's a good underground theme. But yeah, if you're gonna go mega obvious, you should just go ahead and play the most iconic music from the game. I mean, hey, that's what post-production's for. Everybody should listen in podcast form because there will be better songs while we're talking. So Super Mario 64. I don't know if a lot of people bought this one.
It's a hidden gem of the N64, really.
It's definitely a sleeper hit.
I mean, it's a classic. I'll give it that. It's one of the oldest games for the Nintendo 64.
It really
But
didn't
man-
I
pick
don't know
up.
about that.
It really didn't pick up until it was released in rental stores on VHS, and then it found its audience.
I was going to say it didn't really catch on until the DS when they released that awesome DS remake. I think it was Super Yoshi 64 DS. I don't really remember. But yeah.
See, all this sarcastic talk is just going to be funnier when I get to tell the story behind my game.
Hey, all right. But yeah, Super Mario 64 is a fucking goddamn indelible classic. I don't know what you're supposed to talk about when you fucking play Super Mario 64. It's
I assume
fucking
everybody
great.
here got all 120 stars and found Yoshi on the roof? Or did I just
Oh,
spoil
yes.
it for anybody?
Wait, David Weiland, have you been on the roof?
I've been there. Yes,
I don't think
Damn,
you've done
John.
it.
I suck at this game, guys.
Whoa!
I've
Yeah,
never
but
actually, I think, full on beaten Bowser's last form in this game. Actually,
Whoa!
Mm.
So
like
yeah,
I played the
Damn, son.
fuck out of it as a kid. I just never like actually full on beat the game myself because it was my friend's game. I never actually had a copy myself, so I played on his file.
David, I do not care why you did not beat this game. I just care that you didn't beat it. Like, there's no excuse. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I feel like that's just like, I don't know. I'm speechless.
Well, it's like
So-
we bought the N64 late, so it was the package that didn't come with any games with it, so it was cheaper, and we never got this game with it.
yeah,
But I played it
insane.
because my friend had it, and he had already beaten the game, so he was like, "Hey, you can borrow it, dude, whatever." So I borrowed the
Yeah.
crap out of it for a very long time.
yeah, and then didn't beat it. That's what I'm hearing. Like,
I'm really bad at platformers.
so for those who don't know, David Whiteland, once you collect all 120 stars in the game, you can unlock a cannon to go to the roof, and Yoshi is there, and he gives you it. Yeah, I was always
He
kind of
doesn't let you ride him.
Yeah, you don't get to ride him. He gives you like 99 lives and a new triple jump, and that new triple jump is cool, but it always
Okay,
irked
no, I
me.
remember that now.
It always irked me because you get that after getting all 120 stars, so there's like nothing left to do. You're like, oh, I got this new jump. I'll go use it. Just wherever.
If you jump has like sparkles attached to it, so you can just how to triple jump by that point. So now it's just, hey, you did it, pretty.
Yeah. Everything you're doing after that's just sparkles. It's just you showing out. Like, I can jump awesome, and I got 100 lives. I don't have any objectives left. I'm going to go shell surfing in the lava level.
Although I
You
did
did
later,
like
guys.
my favorite thing to do in the game.
So
Yeah,
fucking dope.
hours doing that.
Yeah, dude. All right. So
I was
let's
looking
just
that up,
name our
actually. I
like
wasn't sure
favorite
if you guys
thing to
did
do
too.
in that game and favorite level and maybe favorite song and then fucking move on. Because Super Mario 64, I mean, how do you even talk about a game that everybody in the world except David Weiland has beaten?
I'm really bad at Mario, guys.
All right. So David Weiland, favorite thing to do in the game, favorite level in the game, favorite song from the game.
Oh man, okay, let's see. As a kid, I always loved just running up that endless staircase trying to beat, like jumping past it, and also like shell surfing. I fucking love doing that. I love the slide level when I was younger too. Like that was one of my favorites too. I would just do that on repeat.
Yeah, that penguin slide's dope.
Yeah.
Just drop a penguin off a cliff. Oh man, what was the other one? Song probably Bob on Field. Like it's just so good.
It's a fucking classic.
It's just fucking classic.
Johnny?
song, dude.
I think one of my favorite things to do is there was that weird glitch where in the snow level, if you got your hat blown off your head, there's a way you could, instead of putting it on your head, you could like trigger a glitch to pick up the hat and carry it in your hand instead. So that was my favorite thing, was to go and run around and whack people with the hat.
That's the most Johnny answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, I believe
I
there
love
was
this game. I love that glitch where you can womp people with your hat.
there was like a hat duplicating glitch where you would get the hat blown off, and I think if you warped somewhere within the level, it would duplicate. So you keep warping until there's like 99 hats or something like that, and just have a day with hats.
Well, there was also a thing like
think you're thinking
there was
of the movie The
monkey who stole
Prestige.
your hat, and there was like a glitch where the monkey would steal your hat, but you would still have your hat. So like you'd be holding onto your hat, and then you'd get the hat back.
Yeah,
So you would be
double
holding
hat.
a hat, wearing
Right.
a hat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my favorite
I
thing.
feel like Super Mario 64 probably top 5 games of all time in terms of hat related glitches. You know, and I'm not afraid to defend that.
I would go top
I
three,
really
honestly.
want to see Johnny stream that now. Just get like 99 hats in a room, just full of hats. Like, oh, what do I do with all these hats?
And then
Jesus
as far as
Christ.
favorite level, oh man, that is actually tough. I always really like that level, the water level where you can change the height of the water based on what height you enter the painting at.
Really? Wait. Which one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
one.
really?
It's got and it's
That was
got
one of the
it's got the
direct
markers where you can hit a marker and adjust the water as you're playing the level. But there was
Right, but
a
depending on how high you jumped in on the painting, it would start at that level too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Fuck.
plus
I
if you,
didn't know that
the
happened.
highest level you can only get by jumping into the painting. Like there was, you could get the water higher than the
Huh.
highest marker if you jumped high enough into the painting.
That's pretty awesome. I feel like that was just called like Wet Dry World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yes.
That sounds
that
gross.
one actually was kind of a fun level because it had some tricky puzzles with the water shifting. It had those weird things that drove around looking like dustpans that would flip you off the level.
Yeah.
That's the one that had
yeah,
like the
those
whole
assholes.
city, right? You had to
Yeah,
lower the
it
water,
had
and
the
then you go
little
into, like,
underwater
this whole
town you
secret
had to
city.
swim to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. David.
Favorite like thing to do moment, it's got to be shell surfing in Lethal Lava Land. And the thing that I would love to do is I would shell surf and I would try to see like how many stars I could get without actually collecting the star. Because you could get like the 100 coin star, the 8 red coin star, defeat all the bullies. Like you could get like 4 stars
You
without.
do a shitload of stuff in that level.
Favorite level, I want to say, I think it was Tall Mountain, the later mountain stage that had the last slide in it, where I remember it had like the 8 red coins on the mushrooms.
Yeah.
It's the level
Yeah.
with the monkey in it.
Yeah.
I would probably say that's my favorite because it's got like a little bit of everything in it.
Right. Yeah, I like the later levels in the game besides fucking TikTok Clock and Rainbow Ride. I like the kind of later, still fun levels in the game because they push you a little bit. There's a lot to do. I feel like that one it had like, you could jump out and it would hit you with the updraft and Mario would do that like skydiving motion. I always thought that was a lot of fun.
And I think that's the one that you can only get if you're paying attention to like the mirror room. Like you go into the room that's got the mirror and you can see Lakitu, and like if you look on the wall, nothing's there. But if you look on the wall in the mirror, you see the painting.
Yeah.
A nice touch, man. This game full of nice touches.
That's actually the snow level that I was talking about. Is that entrance?
Oh, is that one? Okay.
Yeah, Tall
Oh,
Mountain
I know
is
it's,
just in
it's in like that
no
same
one.
section of the castle.
It's in that same area.
How embarrassing
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
Anyway,
to,
since David Fleming already chose Lethal Lava Land, I will choose shell surfing on the desert level with the pyramid
Ooh.
because that one was also dope because you can shell surf up those giant columns and shit.
Yeah.
And that vulture would steal your hat. There's another way you can lose that motherfucking hat. And then, favorite level. Shit, I just blanked on it. Probably I like Tiny Huge Island because it also has shell surfing, and it's got the the shape, the size changing thing. And then, I think that's probably my favorite level. And then favorite song is Dire Dire Docks or just the underwater theme or whatever. It's fucking gorgeous and I love it. So yeah, man, Super Mario 64. It's fucking awesome. Even if you get 120 stars, it's still a nice little sandbox to go in and play in. That's I think what they were counting on. Like, oh, you got 120 stars. You know what you're doing. Have 100 lives.
Very
just fuck around all you want.
very short, easy to answer question. How many hours did you spend trying to unlock Luigi?
None.
I would say like less than 1 because I remember a Game Shark code that just tinted the entire game so it looked like Luigi.
Bingo.
I easily spent the better part of like 20 hours trying to unlock Luigi, going through all these fake ass codes that I found on the internet.
Yeah. I've got so many fucking hats, and yet none of them are green.
Eventually,
what's going on in this game?
Yeah, but you get 100 hats and you pick up the 100th and Luigi's under it.
Once you pick up all 100 hats. Anyway.
Now I'm telling
yeah,
you,
man.
they're gonna patch the game in 2041. That's what they meant. L is real 2041.
Yeah. Anywho, great game. Nice pick, John. I guess we had to cover it on the show at some point. We keep forgetting that like we should fucking cover some of these super obvious games that are not on the list yet.
Yeah.
So that's what you're here for, Johnny, and you're doing great. So let's keep it going, man.
All right.
Game 2.
All right.
Give you guys a bit of a
That's
trick
pretty
there with
good.
that like flip and stuff in the middle of the song.
Yeah, didn't see
Like,
that
cool,
coming.
song's over. Oh no, it's not.
Turn the beat down.
How you guys feeling?
I definitely need some trivia.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
cool. There was not much trivia for this game, honestly, but something that I never knew. Apparently, the main character, everyone just calls him Jack in the fandom for this game, but his name is actually Pete. It doesn't come up as your default name when you begin the game or anything like that. It's like, I think maybe in the manual and that's it. And they just don't mention it in the game at all. But his name's Pete.
All right. Going strictly on music on this one.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, there's really not much trivia for this game, honestly. Sorry, guys. I was looking around everywhere.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it happens. It's good tunes though, and I
Yeah, it's good
think we all know it
Alright,
except
let's see what we
him.
got here.
Wait, I'm writing.
All right, so we got John Harrington and David Fleming both say Harvest Moon 64. John Regan says Steel Drum Sim 2K2. Unfortunately, he is wrong, but they are right. Harvest Moon 64.
I was going out on a limb.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, based on those tunes, that
Yes.
sounded Harvest Moon.
Very very banjo-y in some parts, kind of
Yes.
hoedowny.
I was gonna say it sounds like they took the soundtrack from Stardew Valley and made it old, which says to me it's Harvest Moon 64. Yeah.
I was like, this is
Bingo.
light, this is cheery, this reminds me of Mario Golf. Okay, what other games on the 64 were like super slow paced, casual? Oh, Harvest Moon. That was the thing.
Slow paced, casual, outdoorsy. Right. Harvest Moon. Boom.
I'm actually surprised that this hasn't been mentioned on the show at all before, because I know you mentioned Stardew Valley. I wasn't sure if you were a fan of those kind of games and stuff.
No, see, that's a strange thing. I always wanted to become a fan of this game, but I never bought it. It was always checked out at Blockbuster, and I missed the whole Harvest Moon series, and so I decided to get into it starting with Stardew Valley, which seems like a good choice. But no, I've never actually played a Harvest Moon game at all.
So this game, it's harder to find cartridges for it nowadays. Like you're gonna spend probably $70 finding a cartridge for it at like a used game store or something like that. But they actually released it on Virtual Console this year, back in February, so you can get it on the Wii U now.
Awesome.
Pretty freaking cool, actually. I think I might have to buy it for my brother's Wii U or something and play the crap out of it.
Yeah, no, I gotta remember that the Wii U is actually a viable place to get a lot of kind of forgotten and like odd releases.
Yeah.
Like it's a
It's
Nintendo 64 and Game Boy Advance machine now. Like you could really have some fun with that Wii U still.
it's a really cute game too. Like I'm guessing none of you guys played it when you're kids or whatever, or is always rented out from Blockbuster. If it was always rented out, it might have been my sister and me doing that, so I apologize because I know
That is
it's,
funny.
like,
I
the
never
one
thought
copy
about
in
that, but yeah, I never
It
got
was
to check it out
probably us.
because you motherfuckers always had it. That makes perfect sense.
I think we rented it out for most of the time, and then when that Blockbuster went under, we bought the shit out of that game when it was on
go
sale.
to
We're
Blockbuster down there on South A1A next to Winn-Dixie.
yeah, I think that might have been.
That's what Oh, bunch of
Yeah,
St.
those-
Augustine.
those probably are bad.
Yeah.
God, like my sister's filing that game. Like it goes year by year. The game technically ends at year 3. If by that point your farm isn't good enough, your dad comes by and he's just like, "What have you done, son? You disappointed me. If you've done
Oh,
good,
that
you
hurts.
have like a family and stuff. You have like a son or whatever at this point, and you're married. The farm's doing good. You know, you get like, I'm proud of you, son." It's like, "Oh, thanks, dad." Like,
It'd be great if he came by and like you had a family, but the farm was just doing okay. And he's like, son, maybe this life isn't for you.
it's like, fuck it, you tried.
I'm taking the farm back. You need to go to college.
But,
Like,
you can basically keep playing after that point, though. My sister's save file, I think she was on year 9. Like, I think she might still have the same game, actually, like somewhere around the house. I'm not sure where it is.
Awesome.
But it's
Yeah.
a damn fun game, though. Like, you kind of lose track of time. It's sort of like Animal Crossing, where you don't think it'd be interesting to go around talking to the townies and, like, like, basically, like, just kind of planning out something and, like, making, like, a nice sort of, like, almost Zen garden.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
it
say,
totally,
don't
like, it's hypnotic, though.
don't talk to us like we wouldn't be interested in Animal Crossing. Me and David played the shit out of Animal Crossing.
Probably
Oh,
like this
Animal
game.
Crossing.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like you wouldn't think Animal Crossing, like the concept of it would be fun, but then you play it and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing! Like I love
Yeah.
doing this. I'm
That's-
brushing a cow right now. When I brush it, a little heart comes up over its head 'cause it likes being brushed. I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying inside. This is beautiful.
I have a really, really hard time explaining Animal Crossing to people that don't play Animal Crossing. It's like, oh, I love this game so much. What do? I run errands and work a job in a cafe.
Yeah.
That's
That's
basically
funny.
what Harvest Moon is. I mean, there are mini games in Harvest Moon during the winter season, because occasionally, like you know, crops die in the winter. You can't fucking harvest anything then, unless you have a greenhouse. You can get a greenhouse later on in the game.
Yeah,
It's pretty
man,
awesome.
everything you're describing was used in Stardew Valley, so I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like I
it's-
haven't
it's
missed out on
definitely,
much.
I need to actually buy Stardew Valley like next Steam sale. I'm totally getting it because
Yeah,
I got an
you
itch.
really should, man. It's a lot of fun. It's it's not Nintendo 64 graphics. It's sprite artwork, but it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
And
like
it sounds like they just took every element of Harvest Moon and didn't call it Harvest Moon so that they could release it.
I'm curious about this though. Can you get monsoons in Stardew Valley or hurricanes that come through?
Not really. There's rainy days,
Okay,
but I don't
just-
think there's like disasters or anything like that. I didn't actually play it all the way to year 3, but they have the same year 3. Like you get you get the story ending, and then you can keep playing things. So
So
yeah, I think they made that to be Harvest Moon.
one of
So-
the most infuriating things in Harvest Moon is that you spend like 60 grand building a greenhouse. You can build crops in the winter, and then during the summer, it's fucking monsoon season, and occasionally you're stuck inside all day. You just kind of skip that day, sleep through. The next morning, you can wake up and your greenhouse can be gone. Like
Wow.
it blew away in the storm. That's
Fuck
like
that.
yeah, it's bullshit. It's happened to me
Now
before. It
that-
made me like that,
That would
was
piss me off. Like, I didn't get far enough in Stardew Valley to see if like animals would die or like things would happen or whatever. But like, yeah, if anything happened to my hardly, fucking my well put together farm, I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
you
So
can have animals die in this game too. If you forget to feed them, if you mistreat them, they die. You can have like occasionally there's festivals and stuff where if you've
It's just
like
not
brushed
that
your
hard.
cow and been nice
you
to
just
it.
don't press the mistreat button. Like,
Basically, yeah.
it's
Just remember
so
to feed
easy
it,
to just
brush
do
it.
right by them cows.
Pretty easy, yeah. I think some of them can die of old age too. I'm not entirely sure. It's like a random chance maybe after a while. I honestly have no idea. It's
don't
depressing
know.
as hell when you have the fucking funeral for your animals.
Yeah, no, I don't. Now I don't want to play that.
Yeah, like this game honestly like it tugs on your heartstrings, man, because
Yeah.
there's a random event in the second year. One of the girls you date, her grandmother's always sitting outside in the rocking chair, and if you talk to her, she just kind of like lulls asleep and then she doesn't wake up.
Ugh.
Oh,
And I was just like, oh shit, because that was like the girl I was dating in the game. So I just like fucking slapped the reset button and just never talked to Granny ever again. I'm like, it's fine, she's still alive.
oh, Jesus, man. Yeah, no, I don't want any part of that. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean-
I do, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I like the gameplay of the game. I like the interactions with characters. I don't need to experience the pain of death in a video game like that.
Are we gonna do the like Mario 64 favorite level, favorite part? Are we gonna talk about like what is our favorite grandmother to die in Harvest Moon?
Well, if you
Favorite
guys
girl
actually-
to date, favorite dead grandma.
if you guys actually played the game, I was gonna say who is your favorite girl to date in the game because there's like 6 choices. But
Nope, I didn't.
yeah,
you
no
know.
one played it. Ellie's the best girl. She's awesome. She's the baker's daughter. She's just freaking adorable. There's also like this
Yeah.
chick named Karen who like you can always just hang out with her at the bar. On the first day of the game, if you get into the bar on the first day, you can bring your dog in, and if you show the girl your dog, she's like, "Oh, how cute!" and it raises like her heart meter up. So you can basically just spam like showing her your puppy, like, "Hey, look, puppy." She's like, "Oh, cute." "Hey, puppy." "Oh, cute."
Yep.
It's like next
I
day,
like
like,
it.
"You're married now, by the way."
And in Stardew Valley, I basically made best friends with everybody that hung out at the bar. It was pretty good. Like, you go in there each night, you buy them a beer, you hand them the beer. They go, "John, how'd you know I wanted this? Thanks." And your fucking friend level goes up until they start sending you things in the mail. It's nice. Anywho,
That's what I do.
Harvest Moon 64 is fucking great. David, do you have any final thoughts?
Oh shit, let's see.
I'll
That's
play
fun,
The
man.
Simpsons.
It's fucking great game. Yeah, like it's on Virtual Console. For Virtual Console, like buy it. It's awesome. You should
Yeah,
play it.
awesome, dude.
Cute as hell.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Good game, Johnny. Let's keep it going, dude.
Game 3.
cool.
A little of that night.
Like
Little of that
that.
90s funk.
Yeah.
It's funky. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, get ready. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys feeling like you want some trivia on that?
Yes.
Oh yes, please.
Yes.
So, there is only one character in the game that can have their appearance altered outside of the character customization mode. My question to you is, who is that? And if you don't get it based on this last song, you're all off the show.
Yeah. Know what I mean? What you gonna do when I come through, bang? What you wanna do? Anything goes on the corner, never been beat. Beauty only skin deep, I like the rim 10 feet. You can't stop me, your game looks sloppy. You need more practice, maybe you like this. To enjoy the game by midway, I can drive around you, even shoot a trait. A 3-point threat, no sweat, you can bet. Back it out and fade away all net. Hang time. What you wanna do? Tell me. What you gonna do when I come through, bang? What you wanna do? Fast breaks out oops. You know the rules. Crossover dribbles, taking you to school like that. Next time, remember who you're playing. You get no mercy. Know what I'm saying? If you reach, I'ma teach. Too fun to lay up. Catch you on a rebound. Game over. Stay up. Yeah, what you gonna do when I come through, bang? What you wanna do? Hang time, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so lost.
I know, right? They didn't say they didn't give a hint about what the nature of the game is, the name of the game, the company that made the game, anything in that song. Like,
Man.
I'm sorry, guys.
Crap.
God. I have an answer.
Were you not listening?
I was. I heard a few words I think helped me a little bit.
Oh, I love it. I'll go ahead and
God. I'm waiting for David
unmark your
Weiland.
point.
I'm trying to figure
Hey,
out
what's
the,
it taking
trivia
so
question.
long?
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna go for this.
Okay, let's see it. Cool game David Weiland never owned. That is correct.
Yep.
Because John and David both say NBA hang time. They are correct.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
point.
man.
Hell
Just
yeah.
looking up like SSX Tricky. Is like, is that a GameCube or was there an N64? I can't remember anymore.
I should have looked up SSX hang time, y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I was like, that sounds like something you do in a snowboarding game. We're like, I have no fucking idea.
So I'm looking up a list of the characters that are in Hang Time, and I bet I have the answer to the trivia.
I was going to say, take one guess as to which character you could alter the appearance of without going into character customization.
Is it Dennis Rodman?
Yeah, it is.
That makes sense.
You can change his hair color before the start of the match just by pressing a button. Like, you
Sounds
got to be
awesome.
able to change that hair, which is pretty dope, man. Dennis Rodman knew how to make me think he was awesome back in 1996. It's called spray painting your hair.
Oh man, time for a topical joke from 20 years ago. Is there an alternate scheme where he's wearing a wedding dress?
Dude, yeah. When he teams up with Carmen Electra and rocks that wedding dress? No, they didn't have that in the game, unfortunately.
Ah, darn, that'd be awesome, man. Kick some people's ass and look classy doing it.
No, this game didn't. This game was interesting. It didn't have like all the wacky fun shit that the other like NBA Jam games did. Like it's strange. It always confused me as a kid because I'm like, this is just NBA Jam, but why is it called NBA Hang Time now? And apparently it's some kind of licensing thing. Like Midway designed the game, but fucking Acclaim licensed the name, so they fought over it, and Midway got to use the engine and Acclaim got to use the name. So Acclaim came out with NBA Jam Extreme, which apparently sucked, and Midway came out with this, which was essentially NBA Jam, but they called it Hang Time, and it was pretty good. But yeah, it didn't have like, you couldn't unlock the Clintons, you couldn't unlock like a rap group of any kind. Like, Johnny, I know you love that shit about the old NBA Jam games. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about that shit all the time.
Yeah. That's the reason you play them.
Exactly. I mean, in this case, there were other reasons to play, but yeah, playing as odd 90s celebrities was part of the appeal of the NBA Jam series. So with that missing, this did have a character creation, and you could do things like play as mascots or like weird old men or like baby heads or aliens. Like you could make an alien character, which was pretty cool. And yeah, it's fucking NBA Jam for Nintendo 64, and Nintendo 64 had an advantage over previous systems by default because it had 4 controller ports, and that made this game fucking dope. Like, you got 4 people together, you played NBA Jam, you didn't have to have a multi-tap. It was just you felt like you had really arrived when you started playing 4-player NBA Hang Time on the Nintendo 64.
I just realized it's really weird that it took them 3 console generations to actually add in 4-player support, like by default.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean,
it seems really weird.
It wasn't going to happen on the, I mean, it didn't even exist on the NES, but I mean, whatever I don't know why it took them so long to fucking
multi-tap, didn't you?
I have the Super NES multi-tap, yes.
I think there is one for the NES too, though. I honestly don't I remember having something. It didn't work very well, but I remember having it.
That sounds like an NES peripheral.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds great in theory. But yeah, man, NBA Hang Time was pretty fun. The music was fun. The second song plays in the first and third quarter of every game, and it drives its way into your brain like a fucking cerebral bore from Turok before your head explodes because you've been playing the game too long. Like, I was racking my brain. I'm like, why the fuck did I play so much NBA Hang Time? Like, I looked it up, and this was one of the first 10 games ever released for the Nintendo 64, and only the second game that featured 4-player multiplayer. So that's why I played the shit out of this game. Like, this game came out a solid like 6 weeks before Mario Kart 64. So, once that came out, this one never got checked out from Blockbuster again. But for the first, like couple of months of the Nintendo 64 life cycle, it's like, yeah, Hang Time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Plug it in, and we'll alternate between that and Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey for our 4-player Nintendo 64 shit. Both of which are made by Midway, and both of which are fucking dope arcade sports games. So I would have used Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey, but there's no fucking music. Like,
no, there's music. Da 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 da.
That's pretty much it. I think there's an opening theme. It's funny, man. Trust me, I've been looking up like Nintendo 64 sports games, thinking about using the music from them. Like, I got fucking Major League Baseball with Ken Griffey Jr. That game's only got like 2 songs in it. And one of them is the best opening song ever. It's like a fucking remix of just Ken Griffey Jr. saying, "Call me Junior, So it's call me Junior. Call me Junior. It's awesome.
Weird. I like it though.
Yeah. And I also realized that in looking up this soundtrack, one thing I like is corny ass video game rap songs, man. Like there's something about some shitty video game rap that is just amazing. Like, I mean, that rap song was about playing NBA Hang Time. They mentioned that the game was designed by Midway. Like it's, yeah, you can't use that song for anything but this. Like you can't like make a music video for that. Same thing with like the fucking Burning Rangers theme song. You know, it's a rap song about futuristic firefighters, you know, who move on to the next stage and the next phase, you know, with Nightmares by Wes Crave. Like 90s video game rap made no fucking sense, you guys. And it was awesome for it.
Man, like the 90s really tried to kill hip hop so fucking hard.
No, man. Nah.
No, not the 90s, just 90s video games.
I was going to say, Midway, arguably. And, you know,
there's
a whoever made Burning Rangers, Sega.
what is it? Like, isn't there also like a 90s like video for people who are working at Wendy's, like how to flip burgers, but it was like a 90s like neon colored rap music video, like gotta keep the grill at 100 degrees.
Yep.
Oh no, why?
Back before anybody had any idea what was appropriate and what wasn't.
100 degrees is really not an appropriate temperature for a grill. It should be way higher than that.
No, that's barely.
I didn't say it was a very good video. I just said, you know, it was
my inert temperature is 98.6.
you can grill a hamburger on your body. Did you know that?
No, you can't do that. That's
You would
not
know if
true.
you saw the video. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send you over to the MythBusters on that one, David. Go check on that for me.
Oh,
Thank
you could, but they're canceled. So I mean, I win then, I guess, by default. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yep.
that was too soon.
Damn.
Too soon. Okay. Too soon.
But yeah, man, I was trying to think of other fucking games with like rap songs in them. Fucking Tekken Tag Tournament 2 had you know, a whole stage centered around Snoop Dogg, and it's just Snoop Dogg rapping about playing Tekken, which is awesome.
Nice.
Fucking our boy in the chat, fucking Mendez, he's mentioning that NBA Street Volume 2 had awesome rap music in it, which it did, but that game actually had licensed rap music. Like they just used the beat from fucking Pete Rock and CL Smooth as like the theme song for the game, which makes it great because they don't rap about it being for the PlayStation 2 or being called NBA Street Volume 2. You know, like, if you just license great rap music, it's, you know, it sounds really good and it's timeless. But if you fucking get it, if you hire a guy to rap about a game by Midway and shoot in a tray, you get something fucking really dated and really awesome. Just saying. Oh shit. And yeah, I didn't even play the track with all the female vocals where they're just, you know, invoking the words NBA Hang Time over and over again. So look for that in post. But yeah, man, Hang Time was dope. It was you know, it was NBA Jam despite the title. And yeah, man, I played the fuck out of it. I was gonna ask you guys, I was gonna challenge you guys on like NBA trivia from the 90s because it also had that okay, yeah, last thing, it was weird because it was a straight port of the arcade game. Like you could enter your initials for record keeping. It had a really spotty save system. It was a pain in the ass to access your fucking created characters because they were all based on like name inputs and a pin number. And then like, yeah, it was the straight arcade presentation on Nintendo 64. And I always thought it was odd that they couldn't figure out one way to fucking make it work for a console instead. But I don't think they were in the business of actually making it, you know, functional. They just wanted the money. They wanted to be one of the first 10 Nintendo 64 games, and they did it, and it was great. So, yeah, man, you know, fuck, I love NBA Hang Time, ironically and non-ironically. Let's, I don't know, man. Let's keep it going, Johnny.
All right.
Game 4.
John, I'm waiting for a sound effect.
Yeah, sorry, man. I got a lot of fucking boards going here.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
it's
it.
good, man.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
That is
Hell yeah.
super familiar sounding, and I just cannot place it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It is, right? Funny thing about that. So this is our fan request for the evening. This comes to us. Fuck, I forgot to write down what his Twitter handle is. I know him from Reddit, not Twitter. Oh, fuck. Here's where there's going to be some fun things to chop out. Yeah, this one comes from at Dire Hunch Crow on Twitter. He's also on the Game Music Reddit. You should check that out if you like game music, because he does a pretty good video game music quiz himself. And this unexpected sequel added some new moves, including a parachute that could slow your fall, as well as adding the ability to swing vertically, in addition to the horizontal swinging featured in the first game.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe any extra trivia?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Amongst the other changes made between this game and its predecessor, all four characters got a design overhaul, except in Japan, where the characters remained the same as the previous game. Didn't help, did it?
No.
Let's see some answers.
He's still feeling kind of good-ish.
Fuck it.
Sweet.
Wait.
Nope. John Regan says Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. That's incorrect. David Weiland says Mario Party 2. That's also incorrect despite being used on the show. David, zoom in. I need to read yours. What does that say? Mystical Ninja 64. Oh, man, that's unfortunately incorrect as well. That means I have to play our We All Got It Wrong song or sound.
I am Turok!
This fan request is Chameleon Twist 2. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, bro.
Sure.
Did you play the original Chameleon Twist?
No.
I always saw the box for the first one in Blockbuster, but I think I was probably walking past it to go get Harvest Moon again, probably.
You son of a bitch. I definitely played the original Chameleon Twist because it was pretty early on, I feel like, in the NES life cycle. I will verify that by Googling that. Yeah, the original Chameleon Twist came out in 1997 in November. So not super early on, but I wanted to play the original one because the box is super cute. It's got a chameleon and he's eating what appears to be an Oreo with eyes. You know, it's a really weird Japanese ass game. And I played it and was confused as shit by it because I remember it was unwieldy to control. You know, the joystick controls the chameleon's tongue. And that's all I remember. I remember it being very frustrating. You could grab things with the tongue. You could grab poles and swing. And yeah, that's kind of all I remember from the original Chameleon Twist. Flash forward 2 years, and for some reason, there's Chameleon Twist 2, which I think caught everybody by surprise. Because, yeah, I don't think the original Chameleon Twist was a big hit in the States. So, you know, naturally they would update it and, you know, change the characters to look more like chameleons and bring it stateside again. I don't know, man.
I like when you
It's,
say it caught everybody by surprise. I like to think of it as literally everybody. Like even the developers of Chameleon Twist 2 are like, what, this came out? Like,
Yeah, what the fuck? You know, you found that? I buried that in my computer. I didn't think you'd actually want a Chameleon Twist 2. Like,
No, I like to think that they sat there and they were developing like some fantasy RPG, and then one day it's like, and here's the release, Chameleon Twist 2. Wait, what? That's
Yeah.
not what we were working on.
we made that?
what the hell, man? Yeah.
It's like the Ouija board moved on its own or something like, oh, God.
How drunk did
really-
we get? It's a Ouija board that produces code. Like,
Yeah, like I wasn't doing it.
Really fast Ouija board. Yeah, I was putting all my resources into the Glover project, and for some reason, Chameleon Twist 2 came out. I don't get it, man. Like,
So, looking at the box art, though, I was thinking of the game Gex 64. I did not know there was more than one reptile-based N64 game.
yeah,
Kinda
there's two
surprised.
Chameleon Twists.
It's
So
three total, I think
the
now.
question is, did Croc come out on N64? Because we could have made the Steve just reptile games on the Nintendo 64.
64-bit reptile games. Yeah,
Do they have a Mortal Kombat 64 with reptiles and secret character in it?
He's not a secret character. He's a motherfucking reptile.
okay.
He's
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, Mortal
Yoshi's
Kombat
Story.
trilogy
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
There we go. Then.
So many reptiles.
So many reptiles, guys.
But yeah, no, I mean, you know, I never played Chameleon Twist 2. I think I rented Chameleon Twist like once. I was watching some videos to see if anything rang a bell about Chameleon Twist 2. It does not. But the game looks fun. It's a fucking colorful as hell platformer, and it looks like they made it a little easier to control than the previous one. Like, it probably didn't help that I was watching a speed run of it to really get the gist of the game. But like the guy that was playing it seemed to know the tricks. Like you could jump and do a little drift with the parachute and then stretch your tongue out. And I think in the first one, if you hit a wall with your tongue, it would just like snap back in your mouth. But it looks like on this one, if you hit a wall with your tongue, it'll pull you to the wall. So you can do like some fun platforming stuff that way. And it had some cool looking boss fights. I watched a couple of those. They mainly consist of, you know, let's see. What would you think would be the primary difference between the tongue mechanics of Chameleon Twist and, say, Yoshi? Like, how many things can Yoshi eat at once?
One.
Exactly. So, what's the logical progression if you're going to make a tongue-based platforming game? You can eat
2.
I was just gonna say more than one. You know, so all the boss fights seem to be the bosses spit out multiple things, and you can like hit them all with your tongue, and then spit them all back like machine gun style at the boss. And yeah, the game actually looks pretty fun, but I don't think anybody's ever played this game. Even our requester is in the chat right now admitting that he never played this game. So, I don't feel so bad. This because the soundtrack's dope. And the game looks crazy, but yeah, I mean, by the time this came out in 1999, like we were all like neck deep in really good Nintendo 64 games. Did anybody ask for Chameleon Twist 2?
I didn't ask for Chameleon Twist 1.
Well, no, man, that's the excitement of a new system. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what you're gonna get. So when they come out with shit like Chameleon Twist and fucking I don't know, shit. I'm looking at the list of games that came out right around that time. Like,
once you play the first 3 Mario game, like, wait a minute, we could get a new Chameleon Twist on this thing.
All right.
Somebody could have approached me and be like, "Hey, John, we got a new Chameleon Twist game coming. Or we have this game coming out. It's brand new. It's called Chameleon Twist." And based on the name alone, I probably would have said no, thank you. Like Chameleon Twist sounds like the name of a Mega Man X boss. It doesn't sound like the name of a game. Like.
Damn, it actually kind of does, doesn't it?
Reptile-based beverage, maybe.
I love the idea. Just picturing you as like a middle schooler and some like executive coming up. It's like, hey, John, we've got this brand new game on this new Nintendo 64 console called Chameleon Twist, and you just so politely, no, thank you, and just keep walking.
And just keep playing my Sega Genesis. Just keep playing my Sega Genesis. Also, he's in my house.
Yeah. I think this was one, the first Chameleon Twist, I always lumped in with Mischief Makers in that mysterious category of like, is this a good Nintendo 64 platform game? Because I never get the chance to play it because it's always checked out. And then like, I got the chance to play the first Chameleon Twist and was confused as shit by it and never got the chance to play Mischief Makers. And that was that. That's my story on Chameleon Twist, Chameleon Twist 2, and mysterious Nintendo 64 platformers. Thanks to Dire Crow for the request, because the music is fucking dope. But Johnny, I think we got to keep going, man.
All right.
Game 5.
I'm sorry, just the look on John Harrington's face. He is so confused right now.
I just keep waiting for the song to take a turn, and it just never happens.
Oh, oops, sorry. I didn't mean to trigger that. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm
Feeling
sorry,
good
did
at
I?
Song 1, and I have no idea what Song 2 is now.
Okay. So who'd like a little trivia?
Yes.
Yes, please.
All of us.
All right, so this game was released for the Nintendo 64 in 1998, as well as the PlayStation 1. Most people consider the PlayStation 1 version superior, but the N64 version does have its own exclusive level based on what was, at the time, the highest grossing film of all time.
Okay.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah, this is hard.
God, that song is that was my favorite part in the game. Anyhow,
I have no idea.
so who's got some guesses?
Oh, man.
This is awful.
All right, so David Weiland says Resident Evil 2, incorrect. John Harrington says BioFreaks, incorrect. John Regan says James Cameron 64, incorrect.
Damn it.
Hold on. What the fuck am I thinking? Is it Gex?
This is Gex 64, Enter the Gecko.
Damn it! I just remember there's a Titanic level in that. Fuck!
The funny
God!
Talking about that
I thought
fucking
that
game.
like nobody remembered this game. First thing in the chat, people start bringing up Gex. You start talking about Twisted Chameleon. It's like, oh yeah, just like Gex. Like, wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Shit! No, we played the shit out of this, man. Fuck.
I never played this game. I always walked past it.
I always
Yeah,
remember.
Nah, man.
Story time with David.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we did not have a lot of money when I was a kid. I never had a Super Nintendo, as has been mentioned many times.
Yep.
I went straight from the NES to the N64. And when I got the N64, it wasn't at launch. It was like 98. It was a couple of years later because we got the bundle that had the gray controller and the electric purple controller, which was super cool. And when I first got my N64, I got 2 games with it. GoldenEye 007 and Gex 64. I never had Mario 64 growing up until much later, but I played the hell out of Gex 64.
You know? Yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't
No,
bad.
it wasn't bad.
I remember having a
Dude.
hell of an advertising campaign. I remember seeing tons of magazine ads when that game came out.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
there
yeah,
were-
man.
They got a famed comedian to voice the character. They had a character who had a voice. Like,
Yeah. God, I remember. Oh, fuck.
Who voiced
Didn't we
Gex?
do a... Didn't we try to do a school project where like we had to compare like graphics like in middle school? Didn't we try to bring a PlayStation and a fucking Nintendo 64 and a copy of Gex to school just as an excuse to play games in class?
I remember us doing that. It was like some project where we had to like compare and contrast and whatnot, and we brought in an N64 and we played Smash Brothers for about 20 minutes until our teachers realized what was going on and had to stop immediately.
I remember distinctly that we for some reason chose Gex as the game to fucking compare between the Nintendo 64 and PS1, and I had to rent a fucking copy of Gex on PS1, borrow somebody's PS1, bring it in, hook it up to a CRT TV in the fucking computer lab, and then it wouldn't play. The rental copy was scratched. And so she was like, well, it seems like that means the Nintendo 64 version is the better one because you can't damage it. I'm like, you're right, Miss Doolin. Like, point well made.
Fair point,
We're gonna go back to playing Smash Brothers. Like,
Miss Doolin.
Yeah, I played the hell out of this game. And Johnny, to answer your question, it was Dana Gould who voiced Gex.
Oh.
And I still remember my favorite line because he had like 30 canned lines that he repeat through. And anytime that you fell into lava or a fire pit and you would do the typical like jump up and like burning, you get damage and all that, he would shout, "I'm flaming!" in a manly way.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember. There was a couple of lines I remember. Seems like he would fuck up and he would say "slip of the tongue," and then there was the one that I was always confused by, which he was apparently impersonating Austin Powers. And for some reason, I misheard it. I always heard it was, "You got a job, baby, yeah!" But he was saying "judo chop, baby, yeah." And it confused the shit out of me when I was a kid. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you got a job, baby. What?
You know what it means.
I know we all know what that means. What does that mean?
Seems like a non sequitur. Like, I didn't just get a job.
I remember in the sci-fi level, he would always shout, "Is anybody looking for Fox Mulder's sister?"
Damn, dude, that game had references. Gex had the jokes,
X-Files
man.
was the thing in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of
I
90s
like Gex a
memes.
lot more than the X-Files. Was the level just called the Gex Files? Because
No, it was, well, the weird thing, it was like generic sci-fi, because the whole point is he's trying to save television. So you go into worlds based off of stereotypical TV movies. So like there's the cartoon world, there's the sci-fi space world, there's a like Flintstones caveman prehistoric world, there's a horror world, all that kind of stuff. And I think it was just like a generic sci-fi space world. Because I remember he would wear different costumes. Like in the cartoon world, he'd dress up like a rabbit. In the caveman world, he'd wear a tunic. And in the sci-fi world, he would be a stormtrooper and occasionally pull out a lightsaber, like as an idle animation.
that's awesome, man. And I remember for the marketing, he was dressed as like James Bond, but he had a remote control. And didn't you have to like jump in and out of TVs and shit?
Yeah, because it was like
Yeah.
the Mario 64 hub world, jump into everything, but there were giant TVs.
Yeah, Mario
Yeah.
64 really got that fucking. They really made that the standard thing, didn't they? Like, here's a big hub world. Go around and jump into something like a picture or a puzzle that becomes a picture or a giant TV. Like, and while you're in these levels, collect some things that unlock the next thing. Maybe some puzzle pieces or some stars, or I don't remember what Gex collected. Did he collect flies or something? Or
Well, he collected, it started with remote controls, and then after you got, I think, 50, it would change to something else. And after you got 50, it would change to something else. And it was always based on the world. So, like, in the cartoon world, you would collect, like, TNT sticks, and then they turned into carrots. And then in the horror world, it was, like, vials of blood, that sort of thing.
And then you also had Nielsen boxes too, right?
yeah, this is all coming back to me, man. Fucking A.
Then you would unlock like special levels where you'd fight the bosses. And there was one boss that was like a witch doctor based off Gilligan's Island. And that third song was from my favorite boss fight, which was Gex versus Mechzilla or Rexzilla. And it was like a giant, basically Godzilla fight where you would fight like a robot version of the main villain, and you would be in a giant city and you could stomp all the buildings, and it would play that very ominous Godzilla music.
Hell
and when
yeah,
you
man.
won, he would like put his foot on the defeated robot and give the Godzilla roar, and it was my favorite thing in the game.
I really,
Dude, you really did play the shit out of Gex.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. Like
Oh, I
it
played
literally
so
took me,
much of this game.
it took me until like literally like we all got it wrong and be like, wait a minute, Titanic level. Like fuck. Like it literally just hit me. I don't remember shit about that game besides misunderstanding what Gex says, knowing that you could like crawl on some walls and you jumped in and out of giant TVs. Like it's all coming, slowly back to me. But oh man,
I
Gex
feel,
was so
I feel like there's a missed
something.
opportunity there because the plot of the game is that you're saving television. So they really should have had a level where you go on the set of Happy Days and convince them not to have Fonz jump over the shark. Like
now that would have been pretty great. Was jumping the shark a fucking like a phrase back in 1998? Like
I think so.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
maybe.
started like when Happy Days actually jumped the shark, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that was a mistake."
yeah, but I mean, were people so
Yeah, I
up
don't
their
know
own
if it
ass
became-
with reference back in those days?
Exactly. I don't know if the phrase had been coined by then. I think it had been. But yeah, then like, on another level, you have to prevent the Big Bang Theory from getting made. And then,
Yes, exactly.
Oh man, this game had potential, man.
Yep. Oh man, I don't even want to start thinking about all the TV possibilities, because that might give us a new theme for next week or something. Anyway,
I remember
Fucking A.
distinctly because there's a section in the hub world where there's an arch, and you can climb up the arch because Gex can stick to certain surfaces because he's a gecko.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh, look, I can climb in this arch. But if you go at the very top, there's a little pattern that takes you to the top, which takes you to like an elevator to the secret Titanic level, which starts off as like just a regular underwater level. But then you go into, there was like a warp portal or something, and then you were on the actual Titanic with like raising waters and everything, and you went up the staircase from the movie, and there was a secret. There was a water spout that took you to the ceiling that had like 20 collectibles like on the chandelier.
nice.
dude, you just
Man.
like that was exactly what I was remembering. I'm like, you could crawl up a wall. I remember an arch. I don't remember what was at the top of the arch. Oh, it was the Titanic. Yeah. God damn, man. This fucking game. I'm so mad at myself for not getting that right. Like,
And it's one of those things where it's
Ugh.
like taken on its own merits. It's just kind of like a perfectly average game, like not really great, but not really bad. But it's one of
Right.
those games that if you played it as a kid, damn, this game was amazing.
fucking right. And we did play it as a kid. And, I never thought it was amazing because I didn't own it. I rented it. So I didn't really get deep into it. I feel like, back in the day, games like this weren't meant to be rented. They were meant to be played. It was a slow burn. You had to really learn your way around the game and get good at it. And I could never do that in 5 days. That's why I kept renting NBA Hang Time.
Wow.
This, yeah, man. Oh, fuck. Yep. Lost classic. Lost, C- classic. Gex 64.
Oh, I do also very briefly, as like a final thought, want to give a shout out to the chat. Somebody, Dire Crow, is bringing up favorite levels were the Kung Fu levels, because there were levels based off like old Kung Fu movies where he would wear like the Bruce Lee outfit and you had to
Yes.
fight like ninjas every time. And I remember the collectibles being Chinese takeout boxes
Nice.
Sounds pretty
Yeah,
cool,
dude.
actually.
because of course they were.
Oh, now
Sure, man. Just smash it all together. Like,
I think I'm going to go get Chinese for
Um,
lunch tomorrow. Now I want Chinese food.
I'm going to go get some geckos or something. I don't know. Get some
Crickets, right?
gummy lizards. Yeah, man. Gex, fuck. That's a memory lane flashback that I wasn't even ready to have. I forgot how much I kind of remember that game.
All the fun memories I vaguely recall having.
Exactly. Like, no, I played it.
I remember
no, I
seeing the
didn't.
box art as I
Yeah.
walked past it in Blockbuster a lot. I'm like, hey, it's a Gecko and Tuxedo. It's pretty funny. Anyways, what else we got here?
Okay, Harvest Moon.
Ooh, ooh,
Exactly, yeah.
ooh, farming.
Ah,
What is this? Smash Bros. Still out? Ah, fuck. Okay, what else?
yep. Well, cool, man. Great pick. Glad that you played it more than all of us. I'm glad that we played it at all. But man, yeah, they should. Now that Ukulele's a failure, they need to just go ahead and revive Gex or some offshoot Kickstarter version of Gex. Tex or Lex. We'll workshop that a little bit. It'll be good.
Get
Um,
going.
It's done.
But anywho, Johnny, let's turn it over to the calculating computer for tonight's decision.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps,
Oh, sorry, I was checking up on the chat. What was that?
boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is David Fleming.
It had to be David. Not only because of the points. I know we don't like to do back-to-back wins, but motherfucker, that rap intro,
Yeah.
that earns you another win, son.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even look at the points. I just thought of the rap.
Holy shit. Yeah. That, you might just win every game from now on. So be ready to pick themes anytime we want them. Fucking A, great game.
See,
So,
it's bad because I won last time, so I was not expecting to win. So, themes, yes, I have one.
Yeah, David's got themes. Who says he doesn't?
What's it feel like to be me this
We
week,
trust
David?
in our liege, right?
David's got a taste of Johnny's world now. So, David, I'm putting you on the spot. What are you thinking about for next week's theme?
Well, since we did N64 this time, I think we should plow ahead, and next time we do the GameCube.
Hey, now he's loaded with good themes, good console-based themes, man.
David, you're not like me at all. You could actually come up with a theme.
Okay, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was, well, we did N64 this time, so I think we should just plow right ahead and do a free play.
I don't have a new free play jingle. Your rap shames me. Let's stick.
I was gonna say GameCube.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. So yeah, let's have some GameCube games next week. That'll be good. Probably not as many people out there with fond memories of the GameCube, but show like this,
I
you
never
can always
owned one.
find. What's
I
that? Mumbles?
never owned one.
What? Yeah.
Neither did I.
What?
Yeah, I never had a GameCube.
How many? Wait.
I am gonna wing the shit out of this one. We're gonna figure it out.
You're fucking right, man.
I hope you're ready for some melee.
I was gonna say, well, we know what John's gonna do.
Yeah. No, that didn't take long. Well, fuck yeah, man. It'll be a good theme no matter what these guys have to fucking research and pick. So yeah, this has been Game That Tune. I've been your host, John Harrington. Thanks to everybody that's followed along with us, watched along with us live at twitch.tv/GameThatTune, live on YouTube Gaming, search for Game That Tune, facebook.com/GameThatTune. We had a blast tonight. Great chat, great requests, great interaction. And we always love to have that. I think we racked up our 50th follower on Twitter tonight, or on Twitch tonight, did we not?
We did.
That's, not really a milestone for any successful Twitch channel, but hey, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I love milestones.
Yeah.
We got 50 followers, guys.
Hey, that's a
Yeah.
brand new milestone. Let's play the GTT rap to celebrate.
Here's the milestone jingle. It's 3 minutes of GTT rap.
What's that? One more time? All right.
But you can find us on all the things for podcasts. Find us on Twitter at GTT Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at JGangsta187. Follow John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan Jr.
Yep. You can follow David Weiland on Twitter at,
Nameless 888.
and you can follow this week's winner and still the king of the show, David Fleming, on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
Hell yeah, man. And Johnny, were we going to broadcast our special thing live, or are we
Yeah,
going to?
That's what I thought. I mean, we I think we have to because I think we already said we will.
All right, dope.
Shit, are we?
So, if you're watching us live, stay tuned for our first ever Game That Tune Fantasy Draft Special because we're drafting our top 20 Nintendo 64 games, continuing this Nintendo 64 extravaganza. So, David, take us out with some bonus tunes. What do you got, Haas?
I chose one of my favorite songs from the N64, filled with many, many great memories. The Metal Mario Battle from Super Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Oh, that just cut out.
Is that it for the? Okay, well, fuck yeah, man. Super Mario 64 is copyright 1996, Nintendo of America Incorporated. Harvest Moon 64 is copyright 1992 or 19 shit. Harvest Moon 64 is copyright 1999, Natsume. NBA Hang Time is copyright 1996, Midway Amusement Games LLC. Chameleon Twist 2 is copyright 1999, Sunsoft. Gex Enter the Gecko is copyright 1998, Midway Games Incorporated.
All right, cool. Now
Sweet.
All right, cool.
I don't have a good way to actually stop my recording since all the sound runs through it. You know what I mean? Like mine's gonna keep going. Just to let you know.
Okay, I can chop it.
Yeah.
Cool. And I'm restarting my recording.
Saving that
Oh, wait.
one.
Hang on. Oh, I didn't think about that.
So what were the final points, by the way, for this one?
Final points. It would be David with 3, me with 2, and John and David Weiland tied with 1.
Okay. Wait, she only got one right? God damn. Ow. No, I did. Yeah. No, that's actually, I'm glad I got one at least.
And it was Super Mario 64.
All right, I got
No, I didn't think about this. I started to immediately export, so I'm not going to be able to start recording for another 58 seconds.
Uh-oh. Well, I don't
53
know how I'm
seconds.
going to...
Well, we can use
No,
that
I'm gonna
58
occupy my
seconds to figure out what our draft order is. Are we starting
Yeah.
with winner first?
That was the plan.
Please.
Okay.
I want to make sure I get my game.
And are we doing like snake draft or round robin?
I was wondering about that. I was thinking snake draft
Okay.
because it's fantasy draft. So
Okay,
I don't know
so
what that
very
means.
quickly, for anybody still watching who doesn't pay attention to sports drafts, what does a snake draft do?
John, are we still live? Am I explaining this right now?
Yes.
I know what it is, but I just want to hear what you think it is so we can tell our viewers.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I feel the same way.
Okay, so wait, am I formally starting the show now?
Wait, no. I gotta...
Go ahead and again explain it.
Okay, I'm recording
Unless you
now.
want to formally start and explain it, I guess.
I mean, that's
Okay,
kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
So yeah, I am all set to formally start. Sorry for
Oh,
that.
wait, shit. Let's go ahead.
All right, Johnny, give us a 3, 2, 1.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so welcome to the first ever Game That Tune post-show special. We decided to do something a little extra special for our 64th episode. I had an idea because, I mean, it's not anytime soon, but, you know, for a guy that plays fantasy football, it's always fantasy football time. So I was thinking we were going to do a fantasy draft of our favorite Nintendo 64 games. And I'm sure everybody plays a lot of fantasy sports and knows exactly what I'm talking about. David, you don't need any explanation, do you?
No, clearly not.
Wait, that could have gone for both of us. Clearly, both of us know a lot about sports things.
I was going to get one of your asses to admit that you need help. So basically, we're going to pick 20 Nintendo 64 games. If someone picks your game, you don't get to pick that game. You got to pick a different game. And we're just going. We're doing it like a fantasy draft. So we're snaking our way down the list. We're going to start with the player that scored the most points in tonight's game, David Fleming, followed by me, followed by Johnny Regan, and then David Weiland picks 4th. But then David Weiland also picks 5th, and we come back around.
Okay.
So it gives everybody a chance to do some good drafting, some good strategizing. Gives us a chance to goof off, have some fun, talk about our favorite Nintendo 64 games. And yeah, man, I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. So are you guys ready to set this shit off?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I think so.
All right. So David, the floor is yours with the first pick. You can explain your pick. You can make your pick. You can, take it away, David.
Well, when it comes time to choosing like a top N64 game, I kind of feel like, I mean, there's a lot of great ones, but I kind of feel like there's two like right at the top, and it's a hard choice between the two, but I'm going to go for the earlier one, possibly the more famous one. I'm choosing Super Mario 64.
Man, that's a dynamite first pick.
Yeah.
you know,
Because I mean, I
Johnny-
kind of feel like it's between Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Like, one of those is going to be the top picks, and I'm
Yeah,
going with Mario 64. It's still probably in my top 3 Mario games ever. It basically defined what a 3D platformer was, and it's still just as enjoyable to play today as it was in 1996.
You know, you're not wrong, David. You're not wrong at all. It's, you know, it's an easy number 1 overall pick, honestly. Like, Super Mario 64 is fucking fantastic. You know, I'm just glad that you were there to pick it so that my number 1 pick falls to me at the number 2 spot. Now, before we continue, Johnny, is this all updating? Is
Yeah.
the typing showing up as I'm doing it?
Yep.
Cool. So with the number 2 pick in this Nintendo 64 fantasy draft, I've got to go with The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. It's kind of an unquestionable classic. I'm using my rose-tinted glasses on this one. It hasn't aged as well as some of the other games on the Nintendo 64, some of the other games in the Zelda series, but the mark that it left in terms of just, I don't know, I guess in my, my childhood heart and the childhood heart of everybody that ever played it, I believe, makes it an easy first round Nintendo 64 draft pick. The game is fucking amazing. I think everybody remembers the first time they stepped out of the Kokiri Forest and the camera panned across Hyrule Field and that sense of fucking amazement that you felt. And it was something that I've been chasing that feeling my entire life since then. And I feel like my life's been slightly emptier since I beat Ocarina of Time. So it's my number 1 pick, Ocarina of Time, lock of the week. So Johnny, you've got the third pick there.
Oh man, for my first round pick, I think I gotta go with Super Smash Brothers. Because
Motherfucker.
that
Damn it.
started
So bad.
a huge franchise that's still going to this day. I mean, that's one of the greatest games that came out on the Nintendo 64, I think.
That's true. It did. I'll give you that. It was a franchise starter. That does score some extra points.
Yeah.
But man, I was hoping you would let that drop into one of my spots.
Ah.
I was hoping that would get dropped into one of my spots.
It might have if we weren't doing the snake draft. There's no way Smash Brothers would have made it all the way to 8.
No.
Hell no.
At all.
Yeah, I know. As soon as you said Snake Draft, I was like, oh,
Ah, hell. So, all right, cool. Johnny, anything else on Smash?
No, it's a great
Yeah.
first round pick.
That's the funny thing. First round picks, they don't need much explanation.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
So David Weiland, you're up, man, and you actually get another
I get to do
first explain
two of
one
them?
pick and then explain your second pick.
All right, cool. Well, I'm actually glad you did Ocarina of Time because I knew your other pick for Zelda was going to be Majora's Mask, and I freaking love that game. Like, Majora's Mask, easily my favorite Zelda game, I think, out of the entire series.
At the
Like,
pick.
it's just, like, I don't know, it's just like deeper atmosphere. Maybe not as difficult as Ocarina of Time was, but like the atmosphere, the music, transforming, just rolling around as a Goron, smashing into shit.
Mhm.
Like, it was definitely one of the most fun games of my childhood, easily.
Dude, it's also a home run along with Ocarina of Time. I don't,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I don't understand like the weird feelings people have towards Majora's Mask because that game is fucking amazing. People don't like the time limit. People don't like, I don't know, the weirdness, I guess. I love that fucking game.
Yeah,
I always feel weird when people are like, oh, Majora's Mask is the black sheep. It's like, is it? Because I feel like a lot of people really love it.
Yeah. Like, I think more people than are willing to admit it fucking love that game. Like,
I remember the first time I played the game, and it was like the first time I saw like the updated graphics card thingy for the N64, and like falling through that time portal with like all like the clocks and shit flying at you. Like, it just blew my mind as a kid.
yeah, man. Majora's Mask took everything that was great about Ocarina and twisted it into a crazier, weirder, better presentation.
It's,
And,
it's also
yeah.
one of the few games too where Ganon is nowhere to be seen, and I love Zelda games that do that because it throws it off from the normal formula, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Great pick. So what is now that you get another pick?
Man, my number 2, I gotta snag this one early because I know it's gonna go fast. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Whoa.
I fucking love that game. Like, I I think the first year that I had that game, I did like the level on log code, and I played the Great Mighty Pooh level like on repeat for like a week straight. It was 12, and it was like the height of humor for me.
Yeah, dude. I think we covered it on the show previously. I had almost outgrown that type of shit by the time that Conquer came out, but man, there's something great about everything in that game. It's fucking weird.
It's so good, and I'm sad that the remake for it for Xbox like it didn't quite recapture that because like it was censored more in the Xbox version. It didn't have all the mini games that I loved. Like the multiplayer in that game just really shone for me. Crazy dinosaur hunt one where you can be as like a T-Rex just chomping people. The D-Day one was great too. I loved just doing multiplayer deathmatch with samurai swords. That was awesome. Like, it had such good multiplayer. It's one of those things that just like anytime like one of us like one of my friends was around didn't have Smash Brothers or whatever, like it was just like let's see, like in terms of games that I had multiplayer, this was the best one I had because I never owned GoldenEye, I never owned Smash Bros. Because my friends both owned that.
Hey,
We're gonna get some ideas.
I gotta put this on pause for 1 second. We're having some audio problems. Let me fix this real quick. Back and that should do it.
I mean, those are two fucking solid picks. That's how it's done, son. You know, it's gonna get interesting. Go 20 is tough, but you know, having to be only responsible for 5 is even tougher.
I've got
I was
like
kind of intrigued because, like, I figure what everybody's number one picks are, and I figure like everybody's 4 or 5 picks are just their personal ones. But like that middle 2, 3,
Like
Yeah.
I
Those
said,
could be
we got to put this on
anything.
pause for a second while I fix the audio, and everybody just kept going anyways. All right, audio
I thought
is
you meant your audio.
no,
Well,
like the whole
excited.
stream audio. Audio's fixed now.
that was just
That's
supposed to
what
be
it
like
was like
banter while we wait
important
for the audio to
stuff.
fix, but it ended up being
Yeah.
more.
that's just bullshitting around.
Yeah.
This whole thing is bullshitting around, so it kind of just like, oh, we should probably just like.
So anyway, John, now that the audio's fixed, you can make your second pick.
All right, I'm going to continue my multiplayer streak and go with GoldenEye 007.
You motherfucker.
I
Taking all the best multiplayer games.
Yep.
see. I'm just upset because I was strategizing my list and thinking, okay, I know what I got a pretty good idea what John Harrington's going to pick and everything. I said I know for a fact what John Regan's first draft pick is going to be. It hasn't been your first or your second pick.
Love it. John is the wild card in this whole thing.
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah. Do you have
got the
anything to
breaks.
say on justifying GoldenEye besides the fact that it easily could have been a number 1 overall pick?
Yeah, really, that could have been. I would have picked that over Majora's Mask, to be honest. I think that as much as I love Majora's Mask, I feel like GoldenEye, it really introduced a lot of people to first-person shooters. It had the great
Yep.
multiplayer. It had the ridiculous amount of characters you could play as, that you could unlock.
GoldenEye is synonymous with Nintendo 64, man. That game was fucking amazing. And the Nintendo 64, again, I think one of the defining things about Nintendo 64 is having 4 controller ports out the box. Because it just said, this is a game, or this is a system for multiplayer. Get your friends in here and play games together. And GoldenEye was that motherfucking game.
Yeah.
Like,
Had
get
a
3 of your friends
ridiculous
together, and then
amount of
one friend you hate, give them Mad Cat's controller, because fuck them.
I was going to say,
Ridiculous amount of characters you could play as, including Odd Job if you're a dick.
Yeah.
I think I always played Oddjob. I liked
You
him.
could not play as Oddjob. There were rules. There
I
were
feel-
rules in this goddamn
I
house.
feel like the way it works is if you get the Mad Catz controller, you're allowed to pick Oddjob.
That's fair.
That actually, yeah, if you get the
Okay.
controller with the bad stick, you can be Oddjob.
I remember as a kid, I was pretty good with the throwing knives. Like, that was my weapon of choice. I loved using those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
But
I don't
anyways,
know if that was for everybody or just me.
Fuck
No,
the
they were
throwing
great.
knives. That was the worst thing anybody's ever said.
all right. But now John is your pick.
Yeah, dude. And, it's kind of a toss up. I made my big board and I realized I kind of, I got some things in some odd orders here. And I'm not sure if I want to go with what I initially put towards the top of my board, or what I've got ranked at this second pick, because they're both just they're indelible, and I'm trying to predict how David's gonna pick, and
there's an I can tell you, if this will help, there is an N64 game that everybody loves and adores, and probably could have been a first round pick that's not on my list, surprisingly.
See, and now it's a matter of trying to guess what that is. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to lock in my second pick, Star Fox 64.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, dude.
That's only the most replayable goddamn game ever made. Like
You are goddamn right it is, man. Star Fox 64 was the whole package. It is an endlessly replayable single-player game and a reasonably fun multiplayer game. And oh man, I fucking love that game. We featured so many clips from that fucking game on the stream. I mean, it's all about that Pigma. It's just, I'm so happy to be able to lock in Star Fox 64 as my second round pick. So, David, it's now your pick again, and I think I've stolen your game. So I'm interested to see where this goes.
Well, now it's a question of like, do I put a classic that wasn't on my list as my second round pick because you took my second round pick, or do I just like move to my next pick? Like it's
why you need a big board.
See, and this is why I was asking, like, is it a personal list? Is it a ranking of best? Because that's going to influence. But okay. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do, because I get two picks, right?
Yeah,
You do.
Okay. For my second round pick, I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I'm not gonna screw over anybody by picking a game that wasn't originally on my list. I'm sure it's gonna come up soon, but for my second round pick, the N64, as I was making a list, it really was a multiplayer console. Like, it was where the fun memories with your friends were. So to do that, I like that John Regan is nervously looking at his list. There's one game other than Smash that I have more fond memories multiplayer with on the N64. I'm locking in Mario Party 2.
God damn it! I knew it. Oh, you're fucking up my list, man.
Yeah, you're peeking at John's list so bad.
even when not playing it directly, Mario Kart or Mario Party causes fights.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we fight over who gets to claim Mario Party. I love it. Mario Party 2 is so fucking good.
Motherfuckers stealing stars, stealing your picks.
and I know that there are some people out there who are going to talk about like, oh, Mario Party 3 was better. The original part. No, Mario Party 2. Like, 2 was the peak, the pinnacle. If for no other reason, it had the Hootenanny. It had the Hootenanny. It had the Bowser board. It had the mini game coaster. It was the first Mario Party that had a single player mode.
Yep.
Mario Party 2 is so good.
They got rid of all those rotate your joystick mini games that the first one had.
Yeah, all those destroy your fucking hand games
and controller.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was more worried about my hand, but yeah, the controller costs more money, so shit.
I just fuck out of that joystick, right?
Hell yeah, man. So okay, David, you get another pick, man. What's
I know.
What's next?
It's just a question of where are these games on everybody else's list, and what
That's
do I want to lock
man.
down?
I'm so glad we're doing this.
Because there's I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna hold off on one because I feel like nobody else is gonna pick it unless they're trying to be a dick. And I'm gonna go with a game that was really fun and really solid, really enjoyable, and in like the late 90s was a huge deal for sci-fi nerds like me.
Fuck.
My next pick is gonna be Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
God damn it! That was my next one. Fuck. Ah.
How this list has not had Diddy Kong Racing? I am blown away by it.
Man, because
Honestly.
I was getting the whole thing about, like, I know that you're supposed to pick your sleepers in round 3, because I know you're not supposed to do that, and then say, oh, my sleeper hit Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Like, God damn it. Now I need a new bit.
That is such a good pick.
Oh, man.
I love it.
You're just doing that because how pissed off it made John.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, but it's also a really good pick.
No, it's a great
It's
game.
a good game, too.
That was Factor
Johnny,
5 pushing the limits of the Nintendo 64.
They really were, man. And, fuck yeah. Like, how many times do you need to play the Battle of Hoth? The answer is over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like,
Oh,
I
shit.
mean,
I remember this game now. Okay, I was trying to remember if I ever played this one or not. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, shit, did I play this one? But you mentioned fucking Battle of Hoth. I played the fuck out of this game as a kid, yeah.
yes.
One of the best Star Wars games, one of the best like flying arcade style games on the N64. You could play as a fucking Buick. And this game, you could unlock the Naboo Starfighter from Phantom Menace before Phantom Menace even came out. Like, there was the promise of new Star Wars stuff, and you could play it before it even came out.
Yeah.
That was so damn cool.
Yeah.
Fucking right. Well, this has put me in a bit of a predicament because I got a pretty high pick on my board left, but I also got a pick that I really want to fuck Johnny out of. So I'm not really sure. Not really sure what to do with this one. My heart's telling me go with the board, but man, it's tough. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do it to Johnny because he's already getting like triple fucked. So I'm gonna lock in my next pick as Mario Kart 64.
God damn
I had a feeling that was coming. Yep, shit.
Dude, yeah, that was honestly, I listed that at number 2 on my board. I'm like, yeah, man, fuck yeah, man. Mario Kart 64, we played so much of.
Yeah.
And that's the game that spans every friend group I've ever had. Like, I've played Mario Kart 64 with everybody, and I've got different dynamics to it with everybody. Like, it's the only game now that my brother will play to this day. He has stopped playing video games as of 20 years ago, but he still plays Mario Kart 64. And he's a total dick about it. Like,
I just like that, like in every group of friends that you have from like college or work, whatever, anytime that somebody says, come over, we'll have some beers, we'll play Mario Kart. It's always Mario Kart 64. Always.
Yeah.
Every single
exactly.
time.
I've been trying to get people to play like Mario Kart 8. They're like, whoa, what are you doing? I'm like, man, games have changed in the last 20 years. We can try this. Like, I'm telling you, it's good. But yeah, Mario
I'm
Kart
scared
64.
of change, though. I'm scared of change.
Fantastic. Block Fort, fantastic. Big Donut, pretty good. Skyscraper, fantastic. Fuck over level. I could do without the double deck. And just, so many good classic Mario Kart tracks. I love that fucking game. I love the mirror mode. I love fucking everything about that game. So, fuck yeah. Glad I was able to lock down Mario Kart 64.
Yeah,
Johnny?
Johnny's on my list.
All right.
your
Well,
turn now.
I just got bumped down like 4 slots on my list.
That's what you get for taking Smash from everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lock in Jet Force Gemini.
You rat bastard.
He's going into
Rat
fuckover mode now.
bastard.
He's going hard, man. He's
Yeah.
I feel like this
counterpicking.
isn't even a game move. This is a fuck David move.
No, this is a fuck everybody move. This game's great.
That game's
Yes.
so good.
Yes, it is.
I feel like this game is a lot like Star Fox 64 in that it's got the really solid single player and the really solid multiplayer.
Yeah,
dude.
I remember loving you
Um,
had unlockable multiplayer modes. I think there's a King of the Hill mode or something you can unlock, and some other things.
Unlockable characters, stages, and modes.
Yeah,
Dude, game was great, and as I've mentioned a number of times, why no sequel? Where the fuck is that Jet Force Gemini sequel? Like, why should that game be lost to the Nintendo 64 and the Xbox One owners of the world? Come on. Like, the game's fucking fantastic. You know, it's got a fucking bug alien disco, man. Great pick, John.
You're welcome.
So we're back around to David Weiland at the turn. So
Oh, man.
what are you thinking there, buddy?
Let's see. I got 3 more picks to do total, right?
Yeah, you've got 3 picks total.
Okay, I'm gonna save one because I know none of you guys have picked that one. So I got I don't want to pick this one game because I know it's Johnny's too, and he's gonna be fucking mad at me for that.
No,
Do it. It's funnier that way.
I'm gonna have because I got 2 other ones too that I don't know about you guys exactly, but I know that one is gonna be his. I'm gonna feel bad doing that to him.
Do it.
Okay, Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I love how it even made a point to say, how come you haven't picked Diddy Kong Racing and then you didn't pick Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah, I figured right after Mario Kart you're gonna go for Diddy Kong Racing, and then you didn't. So I'm like, well, shit.
Oh yeah, no. Johnny threw us on a curveball, man. Nobody saw Jet Force Gemini coming.
Yeah.
We all know what John loves, and it's Diddy Kong Racing. So of course he pulls the rug out from under us.
It's such a good racer though. Like you wouldn't think, like you'd figure it'd be like a like a Mario Party or a Mario Kart 64 clone kind of with like different characters thrown in, but it's really fucking good.
Yeah, it's fresh and it's got more going on than Mario Kart.
You got
which
like
made
cool
me debate about picking it, but
like boat races and shit too, and like little airplane races. The levels were pretty cool too. That fucking like time trial music is like jamming. Sounds kind of like 70s disco a little bit.
yeah, it's got a story and it's got fucking hub world. It's got it's literally like somebody combined Mario 64 and Mario Kart and slapped a bunch of wacky characters into it. It's fucking excellent.
And speaking of like hub worlds, and this is a rare game too, right?
We got a lot of rare games on this list.
Okay, I'm just gonna drop it then. Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah. What?
I'm surprised it took to the 4th round to get Banjo Kazooie.
Oh man, there's too many good games on the N64. It's hard to pick favorites, man.
It's a fucking all-star list we got going, man. Banjo Kazooie is fucking excellent though. Like it hadn't reached peak irritating platform, collectathon mode. It that game was fucking great.
Yeah.
It's one of those games that until recent memory I'd never actually seen the end of it because I never owned a copy of it. I borrowed my friend's copy and I took too long to beat the damn game. Yeah, I mean, I was broke growing up and stuff as a kid. I didn't have money for video games because I didn't get much allowance and stuff. So I'd borrow friends games. That's actually how I played a lot of N64 games. I'd let them borrow one of mine. I'd borrow theirs. But Banjo-Kazooie, I got to like the Halloween level, and by that time it's like, okay, you had the game for like a month, David, get the fuck back. And I'm like, but I'm so close, like, okay. And until like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I'd never seen past that level. Just kind of fucking crazy, actually. But
I think all the levels in that game are pretty fucking excellent, man. That game's just fucking fun, like from start to finish.
Such a fun game too. Like I love like watching it now as an adult and like playing it and shit. Like I realized basically like Rick and Morty, like whenever they do that one episode with like the aliens that jump inside your head and like make up fake like lovable characters.
Oh, the memory parasites. I love that game.
Okay, no, actually, a point to this one. It's basically everything in Banjo-Kazooie is that like, oh, look at me, I'm Mr. Jiggy, like I'm your best friend. Remember me?
Everything has like the friendly googly eyes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm Pencilvester. I'm your old bud. Remember that time we got stuck in an elevator together? Ooh.
It's a great fucking game.
Fucking everything is like that. Like even like everything has googly eyes, and I love it. It's so dumb.
Awesome pick.
So
Johnny, you're back up, man.
Oh man.
Yeah. How you feeling there, Haas?
This is rough for me now at this point. I think for my next pick though, man, I'm looking at my list. Yeah, man, I've really been fucked tonight. Like, this is...
That Jet Force Gemini pick screwed me so hard.
I think I'm gonna go with. I feel bad putting a second game from this like series in, but I'm gonna say Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer.
Whoa,
that was a dope ass game.
That was actually one of my ones I had as a backup in case you guys named all the shit that I had on my list.
Actually, yeah, and I at one point had that on my board, and then I was like, wait, no. Well, so let's just bump that down. But that game was fun as shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was a fast-paced ass racing game, and
They took
Yeah.
the best part of Star Wars Episode 1 and made a game out of it. And it's awesome.
The
I was
only
gonna
good
say
part,
the exact same thing, dude. Yeah, it's like the best part of the movie, and just like fuck it, let's do this, and like yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Rogue Squadron took the only other cool thing from that movie, the Naboo Starfighter, and threw it in their game. So, yeah. And what about the rest of the movie? Don't worry about it. It's a movie about pod racing and a cool looking yellow ship.
Something about Chlorians like no, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Shit, man. That was kind of. I didn't see that coming. Now it's just. I got like this embarrassment of riches left on my board. It's like shit. I can only pick two. I'm debating here because I got one pretty high on my board, but I already have a racing game. Let me think. I got best single player game. I got a pretty good multiplayer game. Best multi.
Don't do it.
Oh
Don't you do it.
no. See that? I kind of want it. Fuck it. The game is fantastic. It's got arguably the best soundtrack on the Nintendo 64. I'm locking it in
Son of a-
F-Zero-X.
See, I
dude.
shouldn't have said anything, because if I hadn't have said anything, you wouldn't have picked it.
Well, I was planning on picking it anyway, man. This one was sitting in my top 10. F-Zero-X is fucking awesome, dude. Like, it's so fast and so much fun. The tracks are insane. The graphics, not perfect, but they fucking sacrifice a little bit of graphics to make it fast and awesome and insane. Like,
You already picked your racing game, you asshole.
there's arguably another racing game still on my list that you could pick. Just think hard on it, man. It'll be good. Plus, you get 2 picks now, so go nuts.
Yeah, I know. I'm just see, because this is the point where it's easy for me. Because after this, I don't care what anybody else picks. Like I finish out, I'm done. So it's just
Damn
a
you,
question.
Brett.
You see, because you brought up a good point. You were going through your list. It's like, okay, I've got a great single player game, great multiplayer game, great, flying arcade shooter. Okay, so for fourth pick, I'm not sure if these games are on anybody else's list. I really wanted F-Zero-X on there. I'm not sure if this is on there, but I had a lot of great times with this, and I think it's one of those great, endlessly replayable N64 classics. Pick 4, Mario Tennis.
Oh man. Not a bad pick at all, man.
Like, I feel like this goes into one of those like sleeper hits. Like, this is one of those games. I think a lot of people forget how good Mario Tennis on N64 was.
Dude, we had so much fun with that game. Like,
Because you
it's
had
just
like
good, simple arcade tennis. Like,
you had the mini games, you had all of the themed courts. Because this is a game that had the courts that were just like courts based off of characters. And not like Donkey Kong's courts in a jungle and all that. Like, the court was literally a giant piece of art of the Mario Brothers together. Like,
pick, dude. Solid. And it's upsetting me that we're getting down to the wire, and I might not get a sports game. But what's your next pick, though? Your final pick, as it were.
again, I'm torn between 2, and I'm not sure which one to go with. And I'm looking at my list, and I'm kind of thinking, like, what does my list need?
You better
I
not
don't know,
pick
'cause
the
I'm
one
also looking
sports
at
game I
Johnny
like.
staring at me.
God, this draft is everything I wanted.
I'm not sure. Okay, John, the game that you were thinking of, is it a little pink?
No.
Okay. Then in that case, I think my final pick is going to be Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
Ah, that's a good one.
Dude, great pick.
That game is really fun, and the one thing that I feel like sets it apart is the ability to combine powers.
Yeah.
Like
That is
that's
really cool.
something that they haven't really brought back in the Kirby series. There's been a couple of tries. I think like Squeak Squad did it or whatever, but like being able to mix your powers together, and it's not just like you get ice, you get stronger ice, but mixing ice with electricity and becoming a fridge, mixing ice with cutter and getting ice skate, like all the weird combinations. It just made you want to play the game to test everything out.
Exactly. Yeah. Good pick. I love Kirby. That
Yeah.
was on my list. That was actually, I was really hoping that you were going to move past that, and that was going to be my final pick. Because it leaves me in the position of having to go with a game that, now that I'm seeing it on my list, I'm not sure if I want to put it on my list. But I love it. We played it. It at the time, I never, I don't know, man. I think it's only with in hindsight that people really got irritated by this game. And fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lock it in. Donkey Kong 64
Oh,
as my final pick because I fucking love that game. It was big, crazy. It took all the inspiration from Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, it kind of made you do everything 5 times, but it gave you 5 fun characters to play as. It gave you a multiplayer mode that was a lot of fun. Just turned Donkey Kong into a third-person shooter. And yeah, it gave us the fucking DK rap, which is arguably the best rap song in the history of human existence. So, yeah, it's I feel like it's a solid pick to round out my list. So,
Yeah.
Johnny, you're up, and it's your final pick.
for my final pick, I think I'm going to go with the one sports game that I enjoy, which is NFL Blitz.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Great pick.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good one, actually, from what I remember of it.
the Dallas Cowboys
dude,
are
NFL
amazing
Blitz
in that
is
game.
It's one where it's like extreme, kind of, right? Where like
Very.
you can,
Oh, it's extreme.
yeah,
It's like it's not where you tackle people, you like pile drive people.
Yeah.
It's
You
so
launch-
good.
you do everything that's not legal in the current NFL. You launch your fucking self head first like a missile at other players, and then when they're down on the ground and they try to get back up, you slam them down again and
Yeah.
like fucking drop an elbow. Like,
In like every you run like 8 yards with every step. Like it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's always 1st and 30. It's ridiculous.
and
Oh, dude.
yeah, it's interesting because there used to be, I think people forget there used to be an era where there were more NFL games than just Madden. Now Madden has the
Right.
exclusive NFL rights, but there used to be a period where like, no, you can get the realistic Madden or the fun NFL Blitz. Like,
it's kind of like World Cup a little bit, like that old game with like the River City Ransom sprites doing like soccer and shit. It's like
Oh,
that, but football.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like that, but it's football, like American football.
Yeah.
It's still football.
It's super
Like,
violent beat 'em up football, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
great.
All right.
I'm surprised that would be on Johnny's list, but it's a great pick. Yeah.
It's pretty good, man.
Damn good.
Like even
All
as a
right,
guy
David.
that sucks at sports games, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's the best way to play
man.
sports games. So
I'm down to 2 right now. There's one I'm surprised no one else picked. I'm not gonna go with that though. I'm gonna go for my personal favorite one instead, which is Harvest Moon 64.
hey,
Hey.
that's a call.
Yeah.
That's a shout out to our fucking GTT episode tonight.
Yeah, because like I was surprised you guys had never played it or picked it in the show before. I'm like, shit, I'm like locking that one the fuck in the show. Honorable mention goes to Pokemon Snap though. Great game, but I played the fuck out of Harvest Moon 64 as a kid. And I didn't actually own Pokemon Snap. My friends did, so I didn't play it as much. So
Yep, dude, it's a solid pick and a solid draft. That that concludes the inaugural Game That Tune bonus episode Nintendo 64 draft. Now, I don't know if we want to judge who won the draft here on stream, because we're all just going to vote for ourselves, except John. We all know Johnny lost.
Actually,
I don't know. Actually, shit, man. This is a fucking tough one.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at the list. Johnny might have won.
What's the site to look up the whole list?
Oh,
I can
shit.
send it to you. Let me see here. Hold
Well,
on.
just to go ahead, I'll do the the verbal recap. I'm not going to go in order. I'm going to go by drafter. So David
Okay,
Fleming's game selection: Super Mario 64, Mario Party 2, fucking Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Mario Tennis, and Kirby 64. A very good selection. My picks: Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Star Fox 64, Mario Kart 64, F-Zero X, and Donkey Kong 64. Johnny's picks: Super Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, fucking Jet Force Gemini, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, and NFL Blitz. That might actually win.
I have the
I was gonna
party
say, that
list.
might actually be the best one.
Mine is
David
definitely.
Wyler's picks:
yeah, shit. Yeah,
Majora's
there's actually,
Mask, Conker's Bad Fur Day, fucking Diddy Kong Racing, Banjo-Kazooie, and Harvest Moon 64. Also an excellent selection.
I feel
So,
like what we could give each of our lists basically like a title. Like my list is the sleepover list. Like these are the games you play when you have friends at a sleepover, eating pizza, staying up all night. You play GoldenEye,
dude,
you play
get
Smash
you
Brothers.
get the little things at the end of the GoldenEye match. Like you get 2 little honors from
Yeah.
playing the game. Yours is most cowardly, and mine's most efficient. So-
I think mine's like almost entirely Rareware titles too.
I was gonna say, I'm looking
Like,
at my list.
majority
Mine
of
might
Rareware.
be like has no friends. Because Mario Party 2 is a great multiplayer game, but most of these are single player. Yeah.
oh, dude.
Dire Crow in chat had a really good idea too. By the way, out of these, which of our picks have the best soundtracks?
See,
Kind of ties back into the show and stuff. I like that idea.
Oh.
going straight down the list. I fucking love the soundtrack for Majora's Mask. I love Star Fox 64. I love Jet Force Gemini, Diddy Kong Racing, and F-Zero X. Those are my 5 favorites on the list.
I'd cast my vote for Ocarina of Time for best soundtrack.
It's
Really
pretty
good
excellent.
one.
A little weirder than
I
people
will-
remember, but it's also excellent.
This is such a cheap dick answer, but best soundtrack, I think I might have to say Super Smash Brothers. Like, I know it's nothing but remixes, but
Oh,
they're
yeah, true.
really good remixes.
They're great, yeah.
There's an original song or 2 in there. Yeah, but it's so good, man.
But I mean, like, what other N64 game is going to give you the Super Mario Brothers theme, the Legend of Zelda theme, the Star Fox theme, the Pokemon theme?
That is
Yeah.
a very easy
See,
pick when you think about it. David,
Like-
what do you think?
looking at them, there's 3 that pop out at me as best soundtrack. I would say Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and Banjo Kazooie. Those are all just
Yep.
like really just fun soundtracks, you know.
Those are the fucking classics. Yeah, I mean,
It's just shit that's just you're humming to yourself like hours after playing the game and stuff. It's just still stuck in your ear, you know.
yeah, I think that's part of the appeal of these games. They last and they stick in our memory because we played the shit out of them, and we're exposed to the music, on a profound level. And the music in a lot of these is fucking excellent. So hell yeah, man. No declared winner tonight, but we're all winners just for getting a bonus episode done. This was a fucking blast. Thanks to everybody that tuned in for stayed late after our live show. And hopefully going forward we're going to be doing more of these. I'm thinking about getting a fucking Patreon actually going at some point, so maybe, just maybe, we'll start cranking out more of these bonus episodes as some Patreon bonuses or some such thing. But yeah, follow all of us on Twitter at GTT Pod. Tune into the regular show, Wednesdays at 9 to hear us talk about video game music and goof off like we always do. And that's it for the Game That Tune Fantasy Draft. Peace out, everybody. Everybody say peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Yeah.
I just thought of a really good idea for